This wine is a rosé. This wine is an orange wine. My theory is that rosé and orange wine kind of occupy the same space in the wine world. Oh, I'm actually gonna need those, huh? We're gonna start with tasting this rosé. So this bottle is Isle Saint-Pierre, a 2025 rosé. First sniff, very like fruity, like kind of watermelon, peach, maybe a little bit of citrus too, kind of like a almost grapefruit. It is a pale salmon color. Little swirly swirl. Everything's kind of a little louder now. Nothing really new coming out of the glass at me. Very fruity, very fun. The nose makes me excited to take a sip. A little less acidity than I expected. Pretty close to high, but I'm gonna say medium. I'm also gonna say medium bodied. I'm also going to call it a dry wine because it is a dry wine. There's not really tannin on the finish. I kind of do feel a little bit, so I'm gonna go with low tannin on this. Sour orange, grapefruit, strawberry-ish, but that same watermelon, peach, grapefruit kind of vibe. It's really mouth-watering, but it is a pretty simple, straightforward, fresh and fruity style of rosé. Now, it is time to party. This is Orange Party. It's an orange wine made from 100% Verdel. The f is Verdel? Let me go get a book real quick. This is the f***ing Rolls Royce of wine reference books. Wine grapes. Costs a pretty penny, but it should have Verdel in it somewhere. Vidal, Vernach, Vernaccia, Verduzo, Verdel, an almost extinct white-berried variety from the province of Valencia, Spain, that was recently rescued by Daniel Belda and replanted in Val dels Alforins, mainly in Daniel Belda's vineyards, yielding an apple and pineapple-scented light varietal white. Okay, so that's what this is made out of. First sniff. Pennies is the first thing I think of, and overripe pineapple. It kind of smells like rum, like a really funky rum. My theory is falling apart already. It's so strange. It kind of reminds me of Plantation Stiggins Fancy, which is one of my favorite rums. It's a pineapple-infused rum that is then aged in ex-Isle Scotch barrels. Really cool stuff. But that's kind of what the nose reminds me of, which is super strange. Give her a swirl. More of that, like, rum funk. Pineapple, pennies. It smells like good rum. I'm not complaining about that. It's just really weird. Give it a sip. Now there's something like fresh and vegetal about it almost. I do like it. I'm going to call it medium acidity. I'm going to say medium bodied. It is a dry wine. There's medium tannin, short finish, just like the rosé was. So my original theory was that because you're taking white grapes and making them closer to a red wine, and you're taking red grapes and making them closer to a white wine, that these would kind of occupy the same space. The second my nose went over this Orange Party Verdel, that went out the window. Completely different styles of aroma, and I'm not even talking about orange fruit, citrus versus pink fruit. I'm talking about rum funk versus clean, pretty, fun fruit. There are some things that I think they do have in common though. The finish on both of these has very light tannin, kind of just like after your mouth ceases to water, this little bit of fuzz from both of these wines. So there's that. I think both of these would be really good food wines. Rosé, I kind of use as my universal answer for like barbecue and grill food. Orange wine, I think kind of occupies the same space in that regard, that it can be pretty easy food wine. Now, when you get super far down the rabbit hole and you get these like really unfiltered, it looks like there's sticks and twigs in your wine, that might not apply here. But for this kind of orange wine where it's approachable for the everyday person, it kind of does occupy that same food-friendly space. Maybe I'm stretching because I don't want to seem stupid, but move on to our rating. Isle Saint-Pierre Mediterranean Rosé. How much do I like it out of 5? I'm gonna say 4. Would I buy it again? Sure, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's just like, it's a rosé. It's not a boring rosé, you know, it smells nice. It's pretty, but, you know, just kind of run-of-the-mill rosé. Orange Party Verdel. Would I buy this again? I definitely would buy it again. And my rating, how much do I like it? Considering that it smells like one of my favorite rums of all time, I'm gonna go with 5. I love it. It is pretty funky. If you're not used to stuff like this, you might not like it, but shit, in my book, delicious. If you want to grab a copy of 100 Wines, A Guide to Building Your Palate, you can go ahead and check out the link in my description, in my bio, probably a pinned comment. Check me out on Instagram at 100 Wines Book. There's all sorts of places you can find me at. That's 10 wines down. We got 90 more to go until this thing is filled out. Who knows what I'm tasting next week or a month from now, so don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, do all those things, and I'll see you next time.